Hi, it's me, psychic medium Jessica Nightingale. It's June 1st, 2016, and today is the second edition of Why Wednesday, where I answer your most frequently asked questions about being a psychic medium, about spirituality, about the nature of life and the nature of death, about the paranormal, anything in that nature. If you have a question about it, send me an email to speakingtospirit@gmail.com or send me a private message by Facebook, and then keep your eyes peeled for an upcoming Why Wednesday video where I'll answer your question, of course, anonymously. Thanks to everyone that tuned into our first edition of Why Wednesday last week. I got a ton of questions submitted. I can't wait to start getting right into them. So without further ado, today we have a question from a viewer who would like to know how she can determine whether or not she's psychic, and if she is, in fact, psychic, what she can do to enhance those abilities or to develop those abilities. So let me just really simply answer that question and say that you are psychic. You, and you, and you, and you, and you. Yes, you. We're all psychic. We're all born with an extrasensory ability to pick up information about the world around us in a way that's not connected to our five senses. That's our intuition. When we walk into a room, we can sense whether the energy in there is good or bad. We can sense if people are waiting, outside of a courtroom versus people that are waiting outside to get their nails done, let's say. There's a vibe that you can pick up on, and we all do it whether or not we consciously are aware of it or not. We're all processing information via our intuition all the time. And one way that we can actively kind of connect with that and to become more aware of that communication we have with spirit all the time is by developing a practice to help keep bringing our attention back to that reality, back to that connection, and back to, like I say, the reality that we aren't working alone in this world. It's about consciously focusing on the connection with spirit that we have in our everyday lives, and then making decisions about our life and our path based on the information that we get from the communication with our spiritual team. So let that marinate a little bit. We all have the ability, every single one of us. We are spirit. We are spirit. The very essence of who we are, that which illuminates our physical body, is spirit. So it's not something you need to reach for necessarily. It's something that you need to remember, your connection with spirit. You need to remember that you are spirit. You need to remember that you already have this ability to connect with other realms, other dimensions, and other energies. You already have that built in. It's already there. It's all about uncovering it, right? So how do you uncover it? I have taught workshops about psychic development, and I will continue to do so because people always want to know how they can improve their connection with spirit. The best way, the most effective way, and the way in which spirit has actually asked me to deliver the information, to deliver the teaching about how to connect people with them and with their internal guidance system, is to meditate, is to develop a regular meditation practice. Because when you start to go in, when you start to meditate and you really start to dig deeper into the essence of who you are, into the quietness of who you are, into linking up with your essence, which is what we do when we meditate, is we come down, we bring ourselves down back into our essence, right? By going through that process, your extrasensory perception is going to be heightened by proxy. So when you're working on yourself, when you're meditating, when you're connecting deeper within by proxy, or because you're doing this, your extrasensory perception is also going to be strengthened. So the more that you reach inward through meditation, the more naturally and organically your extrasensory perception will reach outward to absorb and to communicate with more of life. Think about that for a little bit. You can use cards too. You can use tarot cards. You can use angel cards. You can do numerology or whatever. That's all well and good. Those are all fun things to do. But what it really comes down to is your inherent connection with spirit already. You don't need anything external to connect inside, which then connects you to your highest self, to spirit, to your guides, to your team. So I hope that gives you some information. I could talk about psychic development all day long. If you have more questions about it, please let me know. I'm happy to tackle this with you all through the weekly video series. It is kind of a big chunk of information to chew on. So I do welcome you to submit more questions. Thank you for watching. Have a wicked Wednesday. And I will see you later on this week for a new moon video. And then again next week for Why Wednesday. Take care, everyone.